Hello, YouTube. Another day, another scandal. This time regarding Cenat, whose cameraman apparently had some DMs leaked by an individual who is now above the age of 18, but when the DMs were in question, she was 17. The cameraman was obviously older. I do not know the exact age, but it was implied that they were above the age of adulthood, essentially, right? Which has been this whole entire conversation that we've had with Dr. Disrespect, with Ava, Chris Tyson, with just the laundry list of people who are now using their popularity platform, or in this case, somebody else's, to basically get access. It's something that I alluded to in a previous video that I made, and this just shows, you know, another example of why everything that I'm saying, whether you want to believe me or not, whether you want to hold on to the fact that you have all these content creators that you love and that you're infatuated with because you may be too young to watch them or whatever the case may be, okay? And you're watching this for whatever fuck reason, okay? Please leave now, okay? Go touch grass. Go hang out with your friends. Do something, okay? Stay away from fucking creepy old people, period. Okay? Now we're dealing with this situation. So let's look at this article here and let's just go over it again. It's becoming just, it's going to be like mass shootings. It's going to become so common. I don't think people will get disinterested in it. I don't think people will get disingenuous by it because it's a serious subject. But at the same time, it just comes, you know, you see it so much, you're like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? It's people. And a lot of this happened in 2021. You know? Same with Dr. Disrespect. So you can talk about the pandemic, about how many opportunities people had during that time. Potentially everybody was closed in, desperate, whatever the case may be. No excuse, obviously. People were depressed. No excuse, obviously. But, you know, and the government alluded to it during the pandemic, that people were basically being sexually assaulted throughout this event, like during the pandemic and stuff like that. People were locked into their houses and it got really bad. A lot of people did some very depraved things. And this is no exception. You know, we're going to continue to have this behavior and it's going to continue to come out. The more coverage this gets, the more people are going to come out and talk about it. Okay? ChrisV. I don't know if anybody knows ChrisV, if you're a part of Cenat's basic, you know, YouTube, whatever. If you're coming here from that. Inappropriate messages to an underage girl on social media. This was happening in her online incident occurred on December 5th, 2021. In the leaks, text is seen texting the girl. I wasn't kidding. I actually want to get to know you. He was initially told the girl was 19, but then the teen admitted that she was only 17 years old. There you go. And that's the point where you're like, okay, I'm out. Right at the moment, you're supposed to drop all the conversation. Anything that's below the age of consent, you're not supposed to talk to them. It is not cool. You're not supposed to talk to them. You're not supposed to do anything. Yo, just not right to do. You can't have no excuse for it. You can't have nothing. You can have no say so. He said in an emotional live stream. He apparently got all emotional. Cenat addressed the allegation of his cameraman. Chris, let's see, they'll watch this and see what
shit like this because it's like, damn, my nigga, like I don't know how people are not just seeing something or like an age or something and just saying and just stopping. You feel me?
There are many reasons apparently. One is whatever the, you know, condition it is for pedophilia. That's one. The other one is the opportunistic attitude of getting with somebody, you know, this Andrew Tate-like mentality where, you know, they're touched by other people. Therefore, you get to basically put your will and imprint yourself on them, you know, like Andrew Tate says. There's probably many other things that I don't know about, but I mean, there's a couple things that are being offered here.
It was just some messages that it's some messages that looks fucking crazy, bro.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating shit.
Good.
Shit look fucking crazy. crazy, bro.
Okay.
And this shit fucked me up the whole day, gang. Like, the whole fucking day. Shit fucked me up, cause like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, nigga, I have a whole vision. Like, how I want... I need to stop crying and shit. Like, I'm over here crying and shit.
Yeah, because it's going to happen to Mr. Beast. It's going to happen to Cenat. And these people are in their orbit, and they unfortunately are going to take some responsibility for their actions because they're an employee or somebody that's close to them, somebody that they've protected, somebody that they've talked about, somebody that they've propped up, and yet they do something like this, and it shatters the whole entire perception of it in general.
Somebody who helped me start my whole shit.
And they will. These people will do everything they can to get access, to get to the top if they can, and then they'll use that to their advantage. And in this case, to access or to talk to a 17-year-old and be successful doing so as well. I mean, this is a very, emotional response, and hopefully, nothing ever comes out of Kai, and he is an upstanding person, and therefore everything will be fine for him. I think he might take a bit of a hit from this, but I think he'll be fine. I think his audience, like all these audiences, are way too loyal as it is, but he'll have that audience no matter what, most likely. But then again, who knows,
Let me tee up.
This is the right response, though. And, this just speaks to how we should look into this, how we not look away. Like, we need to look directly at the horse's mouth. Everybody and anybody. Always, no exceptions. That doesn't mean you can't watch anybody for their content. You can. You can watch anybody for their content. But if there are signs, if there are things that are being said, if there's insinuations or this rhetoric that exists in those channels that just are borderline, that could be a sign. They're trying to open up the door to get people to say, "Oh, hey, you said this on your stream today. Take the opportunity." Now, it probably won't happen now because people are too scared to, reply to these messages. So, because they're going to get leaked or whatever else, which was the case before. But for whatever reason, 2021 was a cesspool of people wanting to exhibit bad behavior because they thought nobody was watching or something. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. The pandemic was like, okay, everything's closed down. The FBI's closed down. The CIA's closed down. Let's just get it. Let's just get it.
Oh my God. I'm trying to chill. I'm sorry, chat.
No, it's a proper response, I think, especially with somebody that you know personally, and then deceived you the way they did. Very difficult.
This is why people tell me the live show is not the best option, but this is the most real you're gonna get me.
Yep.
Everybody tell me don't go live, but it's the realest.
Yeah, I think for this, and it's so difficult to know what's right to go live. I think when you have this online persona, and I criticize Tectone for this, but there are certain times where you need to go online. Now, in the case of Tectone, he plays the victim. In this case, Kai, I don't know if he is or not, but based on, everything that's being perceived here, and I don't know Kai enough. I know Tectone. It seems sincere, seems genuine, and it seems like the right choice.
You're gonna get me, it's the realest you're gonna be able to get me and be able to, do my shit, and this is how honest I feel like I can be with y'all niggas. You feel what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. What's the moves going forward? I know I don't fuck with this shit. I know I don't like any of this shit to be around me. I don't like this shit. I don't condone this shit. This shit is fucked up. It is fucking crazy how randomly
Yeah. And it's gonna be impossible. And I think this is a good thing to talk about. It's impossible to identify these people. You can't effectively do it. You can't assume, and you can't place guilt on anybody. You can't. You just cannot do it, right? So you have to wait until the things come out, or you see clear evidence that they are just borderline. And you're like, let's just not do that, right? It's not worth it. And if you do it, let's say you entertain it, do it for the content, not for the fucking person, not for the infatuation. Please, for the love of God, just do it for the content. Don't do it for anything else. Don't do it because you love this person, or you think they're going to get with you, or they're going to be your friend, or they're going to, platform you, or whatever the fuck rationale or reason you have. Now, if you're a bad person, then, obviously you're going to latch onto these people. You're going to be like, oh, wow, this guy speaks my language, Andrew Tate. Oh, wow, yeah, that's what I like. I like them young, too. I like them at 18 because they don't have that much experience, and I can just imprint them onto them. Just legal. It's legal. And then what makes this worse is that these people that have a platform, Hollywood, social media, churches, police, schools, it's already bad enough in the world today with other people doing it. But when you have a platform, when you have a public face, and when you have popularity on your side, and then you use it to this extent, when you're rich, you're successful, and you can have just about anybody, especially nowadays. Money talks. You can have anybody above age that you want. The youngest legal age you want. They will be with you for money. Period. They will, because people are broke. People are struggling. And if you have money and you're 55 and you want an 18-year-old that's legal, technically, you can probably get that. So why go with 17, 16, 15? Well, I can't speak to that specifically, but I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why. And a lot of it's delusional. Maybe a lot of it's mental health issues. Maybe a lot of it's trauma. Who knows? Victimizations based on previous, exposure, trauma in their own life. Not making excuses for them, just trying to state possibilities here. Watch this space. This will not be the last one. My name is Plazookas. Bye for now.